So you want to be an online coach, but you don't know where to get started. Or maybe you want to be an online coach, but you feel like it's just too late for you. The industry is just too crowded. It's too late for you to get started. Nobody would hire you over who's already functioning in the industry, and you just feel hopeless, or maybe like it's just not a possibility for you. Regardless of who you are or why exactly you clicked on this video or what is really the issue holding you back in starting your online coaching business, this video is going to be super helpful for you. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Lynette. I'm an online business coach who's been helping online fitness, wellness, health coaches build and scale their own online coaching businesses. If you've literally never heard of me before, let me give you a little bit of my history. So I was an online fitness coach from 2015 all the way through 2021. I scaled my online fitness coaching business to $250,000 a year before I finally shifted out of the fitness coaching space into the business coaching space full time. I've actually been helping coaches build and scale their online coaching businesses since about 2018. It just wasn't the main player in what I do as a business owner until 2021. And now that is my full-time business, is helping business owners or aspiring business owners like you get started in the online space, build their online coaching business from the ground up, scale it to full-time status and beyond. So if there are two things that I know incredibly well, it's the online fitness coaching space and how to be successful in that, and two, how to build an online coaching business from literally the ground up in today's day and age, because I've done both. I built my own online fitness coaching business and scaled it to multiple six figures, and I have helped hundreds of people build and start their online coaching businesses in this last year alone and scale it up to full-time status. So given that I work with so many new coaches and I help so many new online fitness coaches get started, I know the fears that come up for them when they're just getting started, and I also know what tends to hold them back, even if they have made that decision of, yes, I want to build this online business, or I think I want to do this, but I just don't know where to begin. So in this video, I want to cover a couple of things. First of all, I want to talk about the reasons why you think that you can't start today, why you don't think you're going to be successful today. I want to prove you wrong. And then I want to talk about what it actually takes to get started online today, what you actually need to get started and be successful in the online space. I know you've probably been Googling it and trying to figure out, like, what do I actually need to get started? And I got to tell you, I see a lot of people going after the wrong things, spending their times in the wrong areas when they're trying to get started. So I'm going to make it super clear for you today the very few things that I think you actually need to get started that are going to be enough to get you going and actually making money online. So let's dive into that. First things first, the biggest thing that I hear from people online is that they're just afraid that it's too late for them to start an online fitness coaching business. And I get it. It feels like the industry is very, very saturated. It feels like everywhere you turn, everyone's becoming an online fitness coach, especially in the last couple of years, especially since this lovely pandemic we've been in, and a lot of coaches being kind of forced out of their personal training jobs at a gym and being forced into the online space if they wanted to continue making money as a trainer. So yes, we've definitely seen a lot of new coaches hit the scene in the last couple of years. However, the industry is actually not as saturated as we believe. A lot of times, here's what is actually happening for us. So if you are interested in being an online fitness coach, or you're just interested in fitness so much that you follow a lot of online fitness coaches, what you've created for yourself is an environment where you are in the same room as a lot of other fitness coaches. So yes, of course, every time you pull up your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, you're going to be seeing coach after coach after coach, which is going to give you the illusion that everybody is a coach. But what's actually happening is you're just showing up to the same space all the other coaches are. You've surrounded yourself with coaches, so there are not as many coaches as it feels like there are. It's just that that's the environment that you are immersing yourself in. I always give this example. Imagine going to your local mall on like a busy Saturday and you go sit in the middle of the mall and you just people watch for a couple of hours. Hundreds and hundreds of people pass by you. And let me ask you this. Of the hundreds of people that you see that day, how many of them are actually a fitness coach? Like maybe 8 or 9 of them at most, maybe 10 or 11. I mean, I guess it depends, but you know that most of the people who walk past you are not a fitness coach. Statistically, of all the careers that people can have, not many people are actually fitness coaches. Now let me ask you even further. Of the maybe 5, 10 fitness coaches that actually exist in the crowds of people walking by you, how many of them are actually good coaches? Like good coaches who know what they're doing and are not handing out crappy meal plans or putting people on 1,200 calorie diets or having them do 2 hours of cardio a day, right? We know that so many coaches in the online coaching space and at just like local gyms are not good coaches. Just not. They're giving out really crappy methodology, really crappy diet plans, workout plans. And so of the people that you see pass you by in the mall, how many of them are actually good coaches? Very few, right? Now, last question about this mall scenario. Of all of the people who walk past you, how many of them probably have some sort of weight loss or fitness goal? Like all of them? Unfortunately, statistically, so many women, most women have some sort of fitness or weight loss goal, and they continue to have this goal for their entire life, and a lot of times struggle to lose the weight and actually continue to gain weight every year of their life because they don't know how to lose weight. They don't know how to be consistent. They don't know how to navigate the mindset struggles that come up for them. They don't know how to navigate the health struggles that come up for them, right? They're really lost. So they keep turning to the cheap options online of like a diet plan or Weight Watchers points or whatever, and they're not getting the support that they need, so they're not seeing results. That's where you come in. And that's why what you do is so important as a coach. No matter at what level specifically you have knowledge and ability to help people, my guess is that if you're watching this video right now, you probably know enough to help those people that pass you by in the mall who are stuck on 1,000-calorie diets and thinking that cardio is the way to lose fat. Right? I am assuming if you're watching this video, you probably know enough to help that person. So I like to use this example to just remind you that A, not everybody is a fitness coach. You're just in a space where a lot of fitness coaches are also existing. And also there are so many people out there who need a fitness coach, who need the help of some sort of fitness professional. There are probably more people who need coaches than there are even coaches to supply that help. So are there a lot of online fitness coaches in existence? Yeah. Is the market saturated? Yes. But that doesn't mean that there's not space for you and that there aren't people who would specifically want to receive help from you. That's another thing I hear a lot is people saying, well, why would someone choose me over someone who's been in the industry for a really long time? Or someone who has a much bigger following than me, or someone who has way more testimonials than me. I hear you, but remember that people don't just hire the coach who is the best in the industry or the most popular in the industry. Having a coach, that's a really intimate relationship that you have with somebody. I know when I specifically have looked for fitness coaches or wellness coaches or a coach in any capacity, I'm not just looking at the fact that they get people results. I'm looking at them as a personality. I'm looking at them of like, would I vibe with you? Would I actually want to grab a cup of coffee with you if I met you in person? Do I feel safe with you? Do I even like you? And we have to remember that not every person that is really popular as a fitness coach online, not everyone's going to like them. There are going to be fitness coaches that you may think that they're awesome, but somebody else will be like, I can't stand that girl. Or somebody that gets a lot of client results, but somebody would look at them and say, well, actually, I don't want to work with her because she probably has so many clients, she's overloaded and I wouldn't get intimate help. So we assume that people in the industry want to go to the people who are already established, the people who've been around for a while, have a ton of clients, but for so many reasons that can be not the case. You could be in the same room as that fitness superstar and 50 people might be in the room with you and at least half of them would choose you over them just because they like your personality more, they like the way that you go about fitness more, they like your mentality and your methodology more. Hey, they may even say, you know what, your prices are a little lower than the fitness superstar and that makes more sense for my budget, so I want to go with you. Or hey, you don't have a ton of clients and I know that means that you're going to have a lot of attention for me, so I actually want to work with you over Miss Fitness Superstar. We have to stop assuming that people just want to work with the most popular girl in the room because that's just not the case. There are so many clients who would find you online and be like, wow, I really resonate with that girl. They resonate with you because of your story, because of your history, because of your troubles, the traumas that you share about, that you've gone through in your life and you share about them online. There are so many reasons why somebody would find you online and you would specifically stand out to them amongst somebody else. That's so important to remember when we're considering going into the online space. We have this dream of being an online coach and we're holding ourselves back because we fear that there's not enough room for us at the table or that they're gonna always choose somebody else over us, because neither of those things are true. Trust me when I say that I have helped hundreds of clients in the last 6 months alone get started online, the same people who've had the same exact fears you're experiencing right now, and they've gone on to be successful just in the last 6 months alone, in the very same environment that you are now existing in, that you've probably been thinking for longer than the last 6 months that you'd like to start an online coaching business or you'd like to scale yours out, but you just feel like it's not possible for you. Well, it is. It is possible for you. It just requires, A, that you decide to go for it, you decide to get started, you commit to the process of building out your business, and you do the right things required. So let's move into that really quickly. I want to tell you guys a few of the things that I recommend that you definitely have in place or do in order to start your online coaching business. These are the very few things you actually need when getting started, because there's a lot of ways that people waste time and money when they're getting started in things that they don't need, or that's actually just going to cause them to take more time before they actually put themselves out there. So let's dive into that list right now. What I have here is just a list of 5 basic things that you need when starting out, and they're going to be so basic you're going to be like, what? Or like, well, obviously, but you would be surprised how little you actually need in place to actually start your online coaching business. So let's dive into that list. The first thing that you need to have is a skill set or a solution. At the heart of every service-based business, you have to be offering a service that provides a solution to people or a certain skill set that people can then lean on to get a certain result or transformation. Now, I think as online coaches or wannabe online coaches, we overcomplicate this. We assume that in order to be an online coach, we have to be extremely overly educated. We have to have been doing this for years. We need 14 college degrees and 18 certifications, when in reality, you just need to be able to solve somebody's problem. You do not need to know everything there is to know about anatomy, nutrition, physiology, kinesiology. You do not need to know all of that to be able to help somebody. In fact, if you are somebody who understands what macros are, understands the basics of weight training, and can teach that to somebody, you have a marketable skill. I don't care if you have certifications or not. People are gonna come for me that in the comments. Cry about it. I don't care. I know the truth, and as long as you are not operating out of your scope of practice, you are not doing anything illegal, as long as you have something that you can provide for people, teach people, give them to get them an outcome, people would be willing to pay you. Do you know how many people there are in the world right now who have heard of macros, who know weightlifting is supposedly what they're supposed to be doing, but they don't know anything about it or how to get started? Just like you are watching this now feeling overwhelmed about how to start your coaching business, there are people out there who are Googling, what are macros and why should I care about them? And yes, could they just go on a Googling parade for the next year trying to figure that out for themselves? Yeah. Or they could hire you and within 3 months not only know what macros are, understand weightlifting, but actually have lost weight in that time. And there are so many people who would be willing to pay for them to get that result sooner and to not have to Google their way through this than to spend the next year, 2 years, 3 years, however long, Googling their way through their results, trying to motivate themselves, trying to keep themselves accountable. So many people value their time and their energy and their frustration enough to hire a coach over trying to figure this out on their own. So starting out in the coaching industry, you just need to be clear on what is it that I can help people with? What solution can I provide for them? What transformation can I help people get? And again, it doesn't need to be extensive. You do not need to know how to resolve hormone issues or reverse diet people. If you don't have that skill set, you don't have it. That's okay. But if you understand macros and you know how to set them for people, if you understand how to start weightlifting and you know how to get people on a basic weightlifting plan, if you know how to help people lose weight, if you have helped people in your life, your parents, your sisters, your siblings, your friends, if you've given them advice that has actually worked, chances are you actually know enough to be a coach. You're just telling yourself you don't because you're comparing yourself to people with PhDs in kinesiology and saying that I don't have enough information, I can't actually help people, and it's just not true. So I bet if you were to write down right now everything that you know you can help people with, I can help people lose weight, I can help people understand calories, I can help people understand macros, I can help people understand how fat loss works, I can help people understand calorie deficits, I can help people understand building habits, right? If you know those things, you have a solution for somebody. And if you've got that, you have the first thing that you need to start an online coaching business and be successful. The second thing that you need for an online coaching business is an audience in some sort of platform, right? An audience somewhere and some sort of platform. Now, notice I am not saying you need a big audience, because you don't. You do not need a big audience. You just need some type of audience. I'm telling you, I have so many clients of mine who are fitness coaches with audience sizes of 200 people, 300 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, and they're making full-time income online. You do not need a big audience. That was the biggest lie I believed for so long, is that you need a huge audience to make money online, and you just don't. But you do need some type of audience. So we would definitely want to start building some kind of audience online, whether it's on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or somewhere. We want to start building an audience and creating content for them that they would actually care about. So first thing you need is a skill set and a solution for somebody. Second thing that you need is an audience and a platform. Doesn't have to be a big audience, just has to be somebody that's there when you open the doors of your business for you to then promote to. And of course, there's a lot of strategy around audience growth, nurturing that audience, making sure you're building an audience of targeted individuals. That's something that I help people with all the time. You can get a hold of me if you want more help on that. But the third thing you need in order to be a successful online coach is a product or an offer, AKA your coaching program. Obviously, if you don't have something to sell, you don't have a business, right? So if you're wanting to coach online, we want to have a developed program that we can sell our clients, or a developed course, a developed product, something that we have to sell. This is also, I think, where people get really tripped up, as they don't know what a good coaching program looks like. They don't know how to develop one. Again, that's something that I help my clients with every day. I'll tell you guys more about that at the end. But we just want to make sure we have some kind of coaching offer available. But to be honest with you, it really doesn't have to be extremely elaborate. It's actually better if it's not. If you have an extremely elaborate coaching program with loads of video modules and a bunch of ebooks and a bunch of workout guides and worksheets and all this stuff, you're really just going to overwhelm your clients more than you're going to help them. Simple is best. Create a program that has the elements that your clients actually need to be successful, and keep it at that. Because if your program is clear and succinct and easy to follow, it's going to increase the chances that your client is able to follow it and has a really good transformation as a result of it. The last thing I'll say about your coaching offer is that the more specific it is, the better. You've probably heard people talk about having an ideal client, being niched down, and if your program or product can be for a specific community, a certain type of person with a very specific set of struggles, it's going to sell better. If there is anything that really is too saturated in the online space, it's general fitness coaches selling general fitness programs, right? We have seen 1 million people selling weight loss programs. So if we can create a program that's a bit more specific, maybe it's for postpartum moms wanting to lose the last 10 pounds of baby fat, or a program for bodybuilding competitors who are looking to get stage lean, or a program for women who are postmenopausal and struggling to lose weight or be in their best shape, or a program for women with PCOS who are struggling to lose weight or have a low carb diet. Whatever we have a specialty in, whatever we know the most about, that's the type of program that we're really going to want to develop and have it be really specific so it stands out to that type of individual. Trust me, you will have a much easier time selling a niched program to a specific community than you have trying to sell a general fitness program to everybody. The fourth thing that I recommend is basic legal protection. Now, there are a few steps that you can take to really be legally protected online. Actually, in my coaching programs, I have an attorney come in and teach you exactly everything you need to know to be completely legally protected. But basically, in the most beginning stage, the first thing I'm going to recommend to you is just to have a contract in place. A contract between you and your client that protects them, makes sure that you're actually going to deliver on what you promised to deliver, and also protects you and your finances. And protects you in terms of liability, protects you in making sure that you actually get paid. That is super important to making sure that when you're creating, your programming and you're working with clients, that you actually get paid and you are safe. You're protected, your money is protected, your business is protected, you are legally protected within this program. And then the last thing that I'm going to tell you that you need in order to really get started is a payment collector. Just a payment processor, a payment collector, something like PayPal, Venmo, although I don't really recommend Venmo, but you can collect payments there, Stripe, things like that. We just need a place where we can actually collect payments virtually so that if we were to have a client show up in our inbox today and say, yes, I want to work with you, we have a way for them to actually pay us. So I'm telling you, if you have a skill set and a solution that you can solve somebody's problem, that you know how to help them, even if it's just this much, a platform and some kind of audience, even if it's just 50 people, a product or an offer, or at least the knowledge of how exactly you would want to help people, basic legal protection, and a payment processor, then you have what you need to promote your product because you know what it is and you have an audience to promote it to. You have a platform in which you can promote it. You have the basic legal protection of a contract to actually have this transaction take place and both parties be protected. And you have a payment processor to actually collect payment. And you know what? You know what it takes to be in business? Sales. It takes sales. And that is what we want when starting out. If you can just focus on these elements and just work on getting people in the door, you can sell coaching online. And I'd rather see you stop thinking about the other things, the website, the sales funnels, the sales emails, growing a huge audience. Don't think about that. Don't make that the huge focus right away. Just focus on these few things and actually get some cash in hand, because then if you start making money online and you're making a couple $1,000s a month, well, now you know, okay, I've got something that works, something that's profitable, and now I can spend more time building up the audience, building a website, building really cool graphics to use online, right? But actually get cash in hand first, prove to yourself that what you're doing online actually works, and then focus on the other things to help scale the business. Now, if you are hearing this and you're like, wow, that actually is a lot easier than I thought. However, this still feels a little tricky. I really don't know how to niche down. I really don't know how to build a really great offer that I feel confident in. I suck at social media and I don't really know how to create content that draws in a targeted audience. I'm really bad at sales. I'm actually scared of sales and I'm really afraid to pitch online and try to sell people. And I definitely don't want to be doing cold messaging, which I don't either. Cold messaging, cold pitching is the worst, and I'll never do it. But if you are someone who struggles with all of that, you love the idea of having an online coaching business, but you're just struggling with making it take off, then I have a couple of solutions for you. First of all, if you're following me on Instagram, then you know I post a ton of helpful content and getting started all of the time. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. I also have a free Facebook group full of tons of helpful information, tons of video trainings. It's called Coaching with Impact, and I post in there all of the time really, really helpful videos, even just like this, inside of that group. So definitely check that out, and I'll leave a link down below. And then of course, if you're like, those are great, Lynette, but I'm ready to go all in, I want to build this business, I am done playing small, I don't want to wait another day to build this business, that I have a program for you. It's called the Fitness Coaching Business Accelerator. It's my 4-month program for new and aspiring online coaches who want to build their business from the ground up and scale it to full time. I have had hundreds of people go through this program and get amazing results. I've had people graduate this program making $5,000 to $10,000 a month online, and I've had them continue on to make even more money than that. Yes, even in this day and age, even people who've gotten started in the last 6 months, I am telling you, the online space is not too saturated. It's not too late for you. There is still room for you at this table. I personally believe that if we have dreams in our heart and we have something that's just, we keep thinking about it, we keep going back to it, we're Googling YouTube videos on how to make it happen, then this is something that we're supposed to do. And if it's something that you're ready to finally say yes to, I'd love to help you out. So you can definitely check out FCBA in the link down below. We are enrolling for that program, and I'd love to help you out. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. If you are thinking about becoming an online coach, you're considering it, leave a comment down below. If something's still holding you back, maybe something I didn't cover today, I'd love to hear that too, so I can make more content about it in the future, have a conversation with you, etc. But thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.